Shalom, assalamu alaikum, my friends. Now, as promised, I'm going to give into great detail about the true interpretation of the story of when Musa met Allah at the fire, and this staff that he had right here, and how this was not turned into a snake when it was cast on the ground. Okay? I'm going to give everyone proof and truth. All right. Put this here for a minute. Now we're going to go into the Quran. Okay? And I will let you listen to it. We'll listen to it, and I will interject at certain points of it, and I will give you proper interpretation of this. This right here is a hadith that the Imam Mahdi will come out with the staff of Musa, the ring of Solomon, and I will come out with the book of Musa. Now, I want everyone to understand this here is a case. Inside here is scrolls, not pages that you turn like in today's society of a book. This contained a scroll. It is a case. All right, you understand? And I am going to use it to prove to everyone that all of your religions are in fitna and shirk. Are you guys ready?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Are you ready to have your mind blasted? Let's begin.
بالقول فإنه يعلم السر وأخفى الله لا إله إلا هو له الأسماء الحسنى.
Now, we'll stop right there. And what he said was that no one has the best names but Allah. Okay. Now, the meaning of this is, it is Allah la ilaha illa. All right? La ilaha illa huwa lahu il asma'u la husna. Which means, to him belongs the best names. So if you watch a previous video, I give you the names El Elyon, El Shaddai, Yahweh, Yeshua. He has the best of names. Okay? But he is still one. So this, I have no problem with, Muslim. No problem yet. Let's go.
لا إله إلا هو له الأسماء الحسنى وهل أتاك حديث موسى إذ رأى نارا فقال لأهلهم كثوا إني آنست نارا لعلي آتي.
Sometimes I don't like the singing aspect, Muslim. I understand for you, it is a way for you to have the recitation and to learn the reciting of it as a form of a song, right? But I don't like teaching in the singing manner. Forgive me if I offend you. I don't want to offend you. I just say it is a waste of my time singing something that I I can just go Inha raha naran fa kwale li an lihim maktu ina annastu naran la ala atikum minha bikhosbasin ajudu ala nar nare huda. What it means in English is when he saw a fire, he said to his family. Now the Christian story, get away, cat. If you mess up my video, I'll give you a fucking whooping. I'm getting on to my cat. My cat jumped up here and was wanting to play with this wire right here and was about to pull it, and that would have pulled my phone down, my camera down. Okay. So the Christian has this same story, Muslim, but in a different manner. It says that Musa, that God appeared to Musa from a burning bush. Now I have to, well, it'll come. It's coming. It's not in this verse. It's in the next verse, I believe. So anyway, in their story, I actually like the Islamic story better than the Christian story. I like the Christian who worshiping the right, when they go Yeshua bin Allah. I like that better about the Christian than I do the Muslim who only say he a messenger, a prophet. I don't like that. That's a wrong idea. The Christian got it better on their side, but you have it better on your side of this story. But you don't, you all of you still in the fitna. You still not right, and I'm going to clarify it. But I do like this better than the Christian version. All right, so it says, when he saw a fire, he said to his family, wait, verily I have seen a fire. Perhaps I can bring you some burning brand there from, or find some guidance at the fire. All right? So it is like being a Bedouin, being a shepherd. You're out and about with your family. You're traveling a long distance to feed your flock. Sometimes in the desert, everyone, you have to travel quite a bit in order to find green grass so your flocks can graze. And sometimes you started in the morning and you're out and about and it's the end of daytime and it's night now. It's time for bed, but you're not home. You're way out in the desert trying to feed your flock. So what they do is they build a fire. Sometimes the people build fire and they're the Bedouins, the shepherds, and the other shepherds may see this guy. Oh, he already has a fire. And everybody goes there. Or, it's like a big encampment and everybody got their sheep together, but separated in their pens. Nobody want to mingle their sheep up. Hey, that's my sheep. No, that's my sheep. Oh, kick your ass. Because that happened back in the day. That used to happen as well. With man. Because man is a little, I would have been the same way, man. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying that this is what they did. So understand that when I say this is what they did, I would have done it too. I would have said, motherfucker, that's my sheep. Bob, that's mine. Give me my sheep and take my sheep back over to my side. Some people were honest and they say, hey, your sheep came over here. I bring it back to you. Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. Some are like that. Some are another way. Like we have in today's society, right? Some good, some bad. All right, so here he sees the fire in a distance, like I had stated. He sees it. Oh, he tells his family. Now you have to ask yourself, Musa, you telling me you don't know how to make a fire for your family? Or you forgot to bring the things needed for the fire to be made? Ah, shit, Moses. You dumb man. You like me dumb. We're dumb, all right? Before God come into our life, we were very dumb. We're forgetful. We're, remember what I tell you. All that came before me, they're thieves, liars, they're murderers. I chose them. I picked them. I forgave them. I lifted them up, raised them up, and sent them out. But they're still thieves, liars that needed repentance, right? So that was like me, myself, all right? So in it, He sees the fire and he tells his family, you guys wait here. I'm going to go see. Just in case it might be a bad guy. I don't want the bad guy messing with my family. So you stay here. I'll go and see what this is about. And I'll see maybe I can get some fire from him and bring it back to my camp. And I can start the fire for myself and my family. We're warm. And maybe we brought some food and we can cook. Right? You understand? Now let's go to the next verse. Bear with me if it starts to sing. And then I'll stop it. I'll read it. Depending on you, I know there might be somebody out there saying, I want to hear them singing it. I don't want to hear you. You sound like an idiot when you speak in Arabic. You sound like you got stuttering problems and you're retarded. I know. But come on, man. Leave me. This is my video. I'll do it the way I want to do it. And you listen to me. Oh, all right. Perhaps there's some guidance there at the fire as well. So he heads out.
منها بقبس أو أجد على النار هدى فلما أتاها.
Now look, when he came to the fire, فَلَمَا أَتَهَا نُدَّيَا يَهْ Musa. So when he came to the fire, he was called by name. Oh, Musa. So Musa arriving to the fire. He's called, somebody calling his name. Who is calling my name? Now watch.
نودي يا موسى إني.
Now here, verily, Inna ana rabuka fachalana lacha inaka bilwadi la mukhwadasi tua. Verily, I am your Lord. So take off your shoes. You are on the sacred valley Tua. Now, verily, let's look at the word. Verily, I am your Lord. That word, remember what I showed you in the previous video about the word, how they're writing it. I wonder, it's like, okay, here you can clearly see that the books are confused themselves. Because if you're gonna say somebody's, if you're going to say somebody's name, then say their name. Don't make up something like their name. Just say their name. My name Christopher. Don't call me Muhammad Abdullah. Just call me Christopher. They mean the same. We're one. There's one meaning. But call me what I am. Here they have used this word, Lord. Okay, for verily I am your Lord. So remember what I showed you about the word Lord is what in the, now this is where I like better of the Christian version. Because in the Christian version, he tells Musa his name. I am Yahweh. Yahweh. That's what you're calling me now. You knew me, in the Christian, you knew me as El Elyon, El Shaddai, Yahweh. Now I'm going to say I am Yahweh. And now later you're going to know me as Yeshua. But that will be later. Remember, he's not born as a gift for Miriam yet. So Yeshua it will be a name coming. They wrote it Jehovah. That's a lie. That's the wrong translation of that part. But I like the story of the Christian side better than this part aspect. I like the aspect of where the fire, meeting at the fire, is better than a bush on fire. Right? You understand? It's a better storyline. That is more reality. Remember when I said, when you see the word of God, weigh it out in the living. And you can discover a greater truth. And you can look through and see the lies, the manipulations of scribes, and you can pull out the real body of the real body, rather than these lies that the scribes are putting in. So he is saying, verily, I am Yahweh. I am that I am. So take off your shoes. You are in. They say the ground you're standing on is holy. Here he's saying you are in the sacred valley of Tawa. All right? Now let's go next.
أنا ربك فاخلع نعليك إنك بالواد المقدس طوى وأنا اخترتك فاستمع لما يوحى.
Now it says, and I have chosen you, so listen to that which has inspired to you. وَأَنَا كَتَكُتْ فَاسْتَمِعْ مَا يَهُ. Now in this, you have to understand, he chose him, so this fire that Moses goes to see, that's there, is on purpose. There is a physical presence there at this fire. Because remember, he says, I'll go get some ember or guidance. So there is somebody there that calls out his name. So you got to imagine, Moses, nobody knows me in this land. I left from Egypt. I killed a man. I left Egypt. I come in here. I've been living here as a shepherd for a while. And now, as I'm out and about in the place I fled to, all of a sudden this guy has called me out by my name. And the scary thing for Musa is this. He has called me out by the name that Pharaoh gave me. Oh, now he's questioning this guy like, does this guy come to turn me in, come to capture me and take me back to Egypt? His heart is pounding. You know, like let's say you committed the crime, you know you did, you ran off. I've done it. I've committed a crime. I've ran away. And now I'm thinking, they're going to catch me. When they're going to catch me? Is that guy, he going to get me? Is this guy going to, you know, you're thinking these things, right? You're scared, your heart pounding. You're freaked out. Well, look what he says. And I have chosen you. So he had set this fire up on purpose. Because God is the greatest of planners, he knew Musa was going to be in the desert at that time. And at that place, in that valley. So this physical being is there. And he built a fire. And now he called out Musa's name. So listen to which is inspired to you. Now, the guy is going to inspire Musa. All right, he's afraid. He's afraid. Then this guy says, hey, I have chosen you. So listen to that which is inspired to you, which he's going to speak to him. All right? You understand? Watch. Now here, he is saying, Inninani ana lahu la ilaha illa ana fa'budni wa akhimi salata li dikhari. All right? Dikhari. It means, verily I am Allah. This right here, verily I am Allah. Muslim, I found a discrepancy in your book. You can't say that. You can't say, verily I am Allah. Musa did not know the name Allah. That name was given to Muhammad. Understand? Musa, being the Hebrew in the land, don't get mad at me because I'm exposing this. Just understand that you have found me. You have found me. All right? So, verily I am Allah. He can't say that. It says, verily I am Yahweh. Or in the Christian book, he is trying to explain, verily I am El Shaddai, of which you would have known me as. I am giving you that new name before. I am Yahweh. So when in the beginning, like when they were seeing the Lord, that name Lord, it could have been I am El Shaddai, because that is what Musa's actual people knew Allah as. Muhammad has not yet come. The revelation that Muhammad got had not yet been given to him for you to walk around and say Allah. All right? El would have been okay, like ilaha. That is kind of like Elyon, but it's not you can't change the names. You're changing names, man. You can't do that. Remember what I told you. So here he is saying, verily I am Yahweh. None has the right to be worshipped but I. So worship me and perform a salat. You can know this is added. This is not proper. There was no salat yet. Understand that. So you can clearly see that the scribes who have written your Quran have taken from what they knew of as in the living of their season now, and they started taking that back into the past, writing shit in the past. And no, there was no name. Allah was not known yet. As you Muslim, what do you say? Who is God? What is his name? Allah? You would say that. They did not say that back in the day. They called him El Shaddai, El Elyon, and El. Even the whole land of Canaan was like that. So worship me and perform a salat, iqamat a salat, for my remembrance. And that is something that you are practicing as a 5 times a day type of thing, prayer. That is a new ideology. That was not an ideology in Moses' time. That's fabricated. So the real interpretation, go to the people of the book. Let's go to the people of the book. And what does the people of the book say? They say that he did not say that. He said, I am Yahweh. You knew me as El Elyon, El Shaddai, and I have another name that you do not know me as yet, and that is Yeshua. Remember, there's a real dude sitting there. I'll prove it. Just wait. All right, so this fabricated. Do you agree, right? You understand the wisdom that I'm explaining to you. That's a fabrication. Don't go around trying to tell me, but salat means praying. No. These people that this was coming to were worshiping idols and this and that. They didn't have a salat that was for Allah. And here there is giving a salat to Allah. So they're saying, so worship me. Worship you how? Give salat, iqamat as-salat. No, fabrication that never existed yet until Muhammad appeared. My grandfather gave you that. He was not born yet. All right, let's go further.
الله لا إله إلا أنا فاعبدني وأقم الصلاة لذكري إن الساعة. Now here he's saying inna sa'ata atiyatun akud akedu fiha la tujza kulla nafsin bima tas'a. Verily the hour is coming, and my will is to keep it hidden, that every person may be rewarded for that which he strives. Now if you put this, verily the hour is coming, and my will is to keep it hidden. What is he talking about? Remember the name he said. You know me as these names, and now I give you a name Yahweh, but I have another name that no one knows about, and that is Yeshua. Now mind you, Yeshua hasn't even been born yet, and then Muhammad's not born yet. You understand? So this guy that is sitting at this fire pit is explaining to him that verily the hour is coming, Moses, that my will, it's to keep it hidden, that every person may be rewarded for that which he strives. So basically he told Moses, the man is at the fire pit. So right there, he has appeared to Moses. Yeshua has now appeared to Moses. I am before Abraham was. I was before Abraham was. Say it again. I was before Abraham was. Here he's trying to explain to you that he's there in physical flesh. Yeshua bin Maryam is there in physical flesh with his fire pit in the valley of the Holy Valley, right? He's there.
And he tells Moses who he is. And he says, keep it hidden. Just how Muhammad kept me hidden, not to reveal really my real name. So all you Muslims saying, he's going to be called Muhammad. Everybody, I'm Muhammad. I'm Muhammad. I'm Muhammad Abdullah. I'm Muhammad Abdullah. I'm Muhammad. Everybody name Muhammad now. Now, who the hell do we know who it is? So it can't be Muhammad bin Abdullah. It's a name that he kept hidden. He explained to you that it was like mine and my father's name. His name is like mine and my father's, okay? So now we go, verily the hour is coming, my will is to keep it hidden. So Moses, I am Yeshua ben Maryam, but don't tell anyone my name is Yeshua. Let's keep it hidden, all right? And he's going to give a reward, maybe rewarded for that which he strives.
آتية أكاد أخفيها لتجزى كل نفس بما تسعى فلا يصدن.
Now he's saying, فلا يصدنك عنها من لا يؤمن بها واتبع it's a line, it's a long A. Hawehu fatarde. All right. Therefore, let not the one who believes not therein in the day of resurrection. He is revealing to Musa what is going to happen to him when he gets born bin of Maryam. Listen. Let not the one who believes not therein in the day of resurrection, reckoning, paradise and hell, but follows his own lust, divert you therefrom, lest you perish. Musa, I am Yeshua bin Maryam. Believe in me. All right? Don't let anybody falter you. No matter what they try to say, Allah take up no son, Jesus not the son of God. No matter what they say. Because they're in the day of resurrection, reckoning paradise and hell, but follows his own lust, the virtue therefrom. That those people following their own lust, they want you to join a religion. They're lusting after their religion. You understand? You watched the video I made. You have to have blood in order to be sin forgiven. That's the law. They're lusting in their own ways, trying to get converts. Convert to my religion. We're number one. No, we're number one. No, we are. You see now how ridiculous it is. Even he is saying, but follows his own lust. Divert you therefrom, lest you perish. Kafar. That's what a kafar is. Someone who not believing in Yeshua bin Maryam. It's clearly stated in the freaking Quran. But you don't know until I explain it to you, right? All right? So, we go here. Let's go next.
إنك عنها من لا يؤمن بها واتبع هواه فتردى وما تلك
Now, here we're going to get into this. This is where you have really been waiting for. This is what I promised everyone. Let me adjust this for a minute. Cover my forehead a little bit. All right. Wama tilka biyamini ika ya Musa. What is that in your right hand, O Musa? Now, when Musa was raised in the house of Pharaoh, every firstborn is given his father's crook. The crook and flail, the things that Pharaoh are buried with. Because during the time of Musa in the house of Egypt, if that Pharaoh would have died, who would have been the next Pharaoh in line? Musa. He was the next Pharaoh. But Musa dumb, like me. I messed up too, like 20-something years ago. I did something stupid. I messed up my whole freaking life. For the rest of my life, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. For real. I'll explain it in another videos later. But for now, so what is that in your right hand, O Musa? What is that in your right hand? Now, what is this that Musa had? Remember when Musa came to the well to beat off those guys, those girls? Those poor girls were coming to feed their flocks, and those other guys, they were pushing the girls and kicking their sheep out of the way. Get back, you girls, you women. Al-Nisa, I'm more important than you. I'm a man. Get away. Get back and put your hijab on. Get away from me. I'll feed my flock first. But we were here first. We were here first. And out jumped Musa. Yes, they were here first. Bam! Bam! Wah! And he beat them up and had them running off. And then he helped the women and fed their flocks. You hearing me, Muslim men? You hear me? All right. In part 2, I may have to combine these videos together. And it'll take a while for me to load it up. So Moses goes, he beats the girls, the guys up, has them running off, right? And then they take him back to their father's house. You guys know the story. And what is that in your right hand, O Musa? Wama tilka bi yamanika ika. Ya Musa.
يمينك يا موسى قال هي عصاي
Then Musa, he says this. Kalihiya aseya atawakahu aleyu wa ahushushur biha ala guanami walia fiha ma arupi eribu ukhara. All right, ukhara. All right. And the meaning of that is, he said, this is my stick. He did not say stick. Okay, you know what an Egyptian calls this? In the Egyptian, that's his crook. All right? So he calling it by that. Wherein I lean, and wherewith I beat down branches for my sheep. Now you know this crook here it's really only this long. Now if you go to my Facebook where I'm in Corazon, I have this, all right, and I put it together. Understand? So when I got it, it was not together. It had to be together. So this, after I got put it back together again from being whatever happened, this is about this long. Right about in here. Okay? And I drilled through this. This here is gold. This is gold and some copper is on it. And down in here is brass, and there is a magnet. There's a magnet right here. And there is a wire that runs through here. This is a wire right here. And it goes up through here. And so the drilled hole is down through here. And this is pushed down inside here. And it looks now, it is a staff, like a shepherd would have. But it is greater than that because it is electrical. You see that? Electricity. It's a light. I'll show you. See? It's a light. TV is on, so you can't see it very well. It is light, and inside here, I made sure for Musa, I have things for him to start a fire. All right? So next time, next time here, Moses, here, your stuff back, your crook that you're from your father, I got this for you so you can make a fire now, so you won't have your family out in the cold again. Right? As for me now, though, I did that emergency because in case I ever have to book it or I have to be out and about, I will have a weapon. This is very strong, by the way. I have shown in another video of what I can do with this, and this is very hard to break. This stick is very hard to break. It is also because of the wrapping that I wrapped this up with, that also makes it more firmer as well. So it's like a big knot. It looks twisty up like a snake, yes. It's like a big knotted wood, and I wrap a wire around it. I covered in polyurethanes, this and that. It is a very hard thing. I'll knock you out with it. I plain man. All right. So he said, this is my stick, wherein I lean, and wherewith I beat down branches for my sheep, and wherein I find other uses for it, like maybe hitting a guy over the head who bothering the girls. Right? You know, he said, you know that's true. How you going to lie to the Most High God? He know what you did already. You can't lie to him, right? And wherein I find other uses as well, okay.
أركب عليها وأهش بها على غنمي ولي فيها مآرب أخرى قال ألقها.
So, Allah. Notice Allah is in parentheses, and that's a good thing because I want you to understand that word did not exist yet. So, Yahweh, that's who it appeared to Moses in the name as Yahweh. So Yahweh said, cast it down, O Musa. Kala al-khiha ya Musa. Kala al-khiha ya Musa. Is that how you're going to say it? Let's see.
يا موسى فألقاها فإذا.
He cast it down, and behold, it was a snake moving quickly. And other ones, they say that he threw it down and it became a running serpent. So I'm going to explain this. This is very important for you to understand. This did not turn literally. Allah does not practice witchcraft. He does not turn sticks into snakes. That's hocus pocus witchcraft that some witch doctor would try to deceive you by doing. Okay? Magic trick. What this means is, in ancient Egypt, the one who declared who Pharaoh was, who was the ruler over Upper and Nile Egypt, was a goddess called Wadjet. And Wadjet was in the form of a female, because this word Wadjet is another like ma'at in Egyptian ma'at. That is the words of God, ma'at, and the mat is spoken by wisdom, and wisdom is female, she's feminine, Wadjet, and she is in the form of a snake, and she has sometimes the head of a woman with the body of a snake, and she got wings. So I will try to add in the picture from the mosaic things that are in the Egypt. I'll show you the actual picture of Wadjet, of what they draw on the temple. You will see that it is a serpent, and in the serpent you will also come to the understanding sometimes she has the head of a snake and the body of a woman. Sometimes it's the body of a snake and the head of a woman, right? But regardless, wisdom is the meaning of this, is wisdom. She is the Ma'at of Horus, of Thoth, who writing the Mat, he Thoth. Wadjet. So you have to understand, Moses was born in Egypt. Moses was born into this religion of Egyptian religion. That's what he would have known. So God is using what Musa already knew. And remember what it says. He's going to show Moses something. He's going to declare unto Musa something. As in the earlier, right? He's going to declare something to him and explain something to Moses to see. So Wadjet is this. So when Musa threw this down, remember, this is given. This is Wajid gave this to Pharaoh. This Wajid gave it to him. And according in their belief, all right? Not literally, but in the belief. Whoever carries this crook is the Pharaoh of the land. And Wajid is the one who declares Pharaoh of the land. So as long as you have this, you're the king. Who does the king fear? Who is the king running away from? Who is Wajid, that running serpent, that wisdom, that snake that's moving quickly? You, Musa, what are you running from? Musa, he called his name. Who knows my name? Oh no, you know so much about me. Oh, this and that. And now you know about my crook? Are you from Egypt? Have you come to arrest me and take me back and kill me? You know, he's probably thinking all these things. Think about it, right? Behold, it was a snake moving quickly, or it was a running serpent. So clearly you see, after Moses killed that man, remember, all that came before me were liars, thieves, and murderers. And I forgave them. So he ran and fled to the land of Midian, where he hid out. For 40 years he's been hiding out. 40 freaking years hiding out.
يا حية تسعى قال خذها ولا تخف سنعيدها.
Now he says, ولا خذها ولا تخف سنعيدها سرتها لأولى, which means grasp it and fear not. Not that fear that it's a snake. It's not a snake. It's still his crook. Pick it up, Moses, and fear not. We shall return it to its former state. So at one time, this crook was a great representation in Egypt, man. You had it. You ruled the whole fucking lands. What you say went. You understand? We shall return it to its former state. What do you mean, return it to its former state? He's going to declare to Moses, Moses, you are running. Do you not know that you are Pharaoh? Look, what is that in your hand, man? Wake up! I'm going to return you back to your former state. You're going to be a great leader. Watch. But you won't be leading Egypt. You'll be leading my people. All right, you ready? Now watch. We shall return it to its former state.
مسيرتها الأولى واضمم يدك إلى.
Now, Musa is like, listen, man, guy at the fire pit, listen, I committed murder. You telling me they're going to let me be Pharaoh again? I don't think so, man. I committed murder. I got blood on my freaking hands. So he says to him, Wadimum yadaka ila janahika takaruch bayad bede amin gerisu in ayatan ukhra, which is, and press your right hand to your left side, and it will come forth white and shining without any disease as another sign. So a disease, this is a sin. This word disease is also the word for najis, for unclean. And if you're unclean or najis, that means you sin. You haven't been made clean. You haven't been made forgiven yet. So I like the Christian kind of version of this, because the Christian's version says, take your hand and put it in thy cloak. Right? So his hand got blood on it. He's a murdering man. He's a murderer, a liar, a thief, a sinner. Put it in there. Now pull it out. Boom. Oh man, it came out white. Like leprosy. It wasn't leprosy. It came out clean. It's a metaphor as God has forgiven him for committing that murder. It was justified unto God, for God. It was justified in the eyes of God of why Moses did what he did. Okay? Not that it's right. You still broke command. But remember, the commandment had not been given yet. Moses had not been given the commands yet. He doesn't receive that till Sinai. So here, he's forgiven. Who's the only one who can forgive? Allah. Who is this guy at the fire pit? This image, Ark of Covenant, this Lamb of God that will take away the sins of the world. Who is this? You know me. You don't know me by this name. Yeshua. They write in Jehovah, right? But you don't know me by this name. So now he is forgiven. You understand the meaning of that now. He is forgiven of that sin. So let's go to the next.
جناحك تخرج بيضاء من غير سوء آية أخرى لنريك من
That we may show you of some of our greater
اذهب
signs.
إلى فرعون
Now he said to him, Dihab ila fir'auna inahu tagha. Taghe. Go to Pharaoh. Verily, he has transgressed all bounds in disbelief and disobedience and has behaved as an arrogant and as a tyrant. So God's showing Musa, look, this Pharaoh is not really Pharaoh, you are, and the one that has taken your place is a tyrant. So he tells him to what?
إنه طغى قال رب اشرح لي
Musa said, oh my Lord, open for me.
ويسر لي
Wait.
الكبرى اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى قال رب
Open for me my chest. Grant me self-confidence, contentment, and boldness. You understand now? He doesn't believe that he can go back with this stick of Wadjet and verify who he is and say, let my people go. So he's saying, oh God, please give me strength. Grant me self-confidence, contentment, and boldness. Right? You understand? Now, I'm running out of time. I want to make a whole thing, though, so you guys will have everything. And ease my task for me. All right. And make loose the knot, the defect from my tongue. Remove the incorrectness from my speech that occurred as a result of a brand of fire which Musa put in his mouth when he was an infant. Fabrication. The tongue thing means this. Because Musa was taken and adopted in the house of Pharaoh, he spoke Egyptian. His own family, where he came from, they spoke Hebrew. Musa, being Egyptian, raised in that house, spoke their language. For instance, when I was adopted, I was in that family now, and I learned what that family was teaching. Regardless of what my biological was doing, this is what I know. When I came back and I met my biological, they were not the same as the ones who raised me. So it was very hard communication with them. You understand? So for him, it is about him being able to communicate with them. So who does he ask? He asks his brother Aaron to help him speak. Because Aaron could speak Hebrew.
وَاجْعَلْ لِي وَزِيرًا مِّنْ أَهْلِي هَارُونَ أَخِي أُشْدُدْ بِهِ أَزْرِي وَأَشْرِكْهُ فِي أَمْرِي كَيْ نُسَبِّحَكَ كَثِيرًا وَنَذْكُرَكَ كَثِيرًا إِنَّكَ كُنْتَ بِنَا بَصِيرًا قال قد أوتيت سؤلك يا موسى ولقد مننا عليك مرة أخرى إذ أوحينا إلى أمك
So you can clearly see that I have told you the truth because if you are listening to what they're reading, of how his mother put him in a basket, these things and that. We inspired your mother to save your life, to put you in a basket, to float you down the river, so you were raised in the house of Pharaoh. Understand it all. The fabrication of putting something in his mouth, no. No.
يوحى أن اقذفيه في التابوت فاقذفيه في
So now let's go. Let's skip through here. All right, so we have that. Now let's go to where he actually goes to Pharaoh. Now I will get on the plagues, the 10 plagues, later in a different video. But let's go into the house. So when he goes to the house of Pharaoh, he throws down his crook in front of the whole court. So here's Pharaoh. He's got his little throne and everything. He's got his priests, the Senate, the house, all the people that make laws in the land, right? Everybody's there. Musa comes. He takes that. He casts it on the ground in front of everybody, and everybody stands back in awe because it is that Pharaoh's crook that was the Pharaoh before. 40 years ago, that was the ruler. And they have all wondered where Musa ran off to. And that ruler, they destroyed, they defaced things in Egypt to erase Musa's image and erase that he was ever there. But they forgot that he had the crook. So he brought back the remembrance and he threw it on the ground. And they all stood back. Oh my God, it's Musa. It's the Pharaoh. He's here. And the other guys, they're like, no. He's not. That's a fake crook. Look, we can do it too. And the other ones had crooks, fake ones, 2 of them. They threw theirs on the ground. Now, when they threw theirs on the ground, it says that his crook, ate theirs. Now, we're going to get into that explanation. But first we have to forward it into that part.
فلبثت سنين في أهل مدين ثم جئت على.
So as you know here, if you read, then you did kill a man, but we saved you from great distress and tried you with a heavy trial. Then you stayed a number of years with the people of Midian. Then you came here according to the fixed term which I ordained for you, O Musa. All right? Go you and your brother with my ayat. My ayat, proofs, evidences, verses, lessons, signs, revelations, etc. And do not you both slacken and become weak in my remembrance. My remembrance is to remember what God did for Musa. I put you in this place, Musa. I put you in that basket. I made sure Pharaoh raised you. I made sure you got that crook. I made sure everything was planned so that way you could return as Pharaoh and let my people go. And demand it. For you are the Pharaoh of the land. The real and true Pharaoh of the land. All right? So he did. But the other ones, the magicians, they did not want to accept him. All the others were accepting of Moses. And the ones that were not at the time, the plagues came that would force them to accept it, started to believe like maybe this is the real Pharaoh. Look at the signs, look at the wonders, right? Proofs, evidences. Look at all the things that is going on. Look what is happening. So now he is the true Pharaoh. Some of them he got on his side. It's like you're running for president. You got to get people to vote for you. So Moses goes, people are voting for Moses. The other ones are trying to manipulate. They're running around lying. No, he's not the real Pharaoh. Look, we got sticks too. We got sticks too. Right? Okay. But there is a special sign on his that verified that was everybody else had a solid. But a certain one was just a little off. And they could see that was the one that was carried 40 years ago. Everybody knew it. It had been missing because somebody took it. Who took it? Musa took it. And he ran off. God put it in his heart. Hey, Moses, before you leave, grab that. Let's go. Come on, man. Right? So he does that. All right. So now. Okay, let's get to a little bit more.
أنزل من السماء فجمع كيده
Alright, so Fatawala fi awanaf. Okay, Musa said to them, woe unto you, invent not a lie against Allah, lest he should destroy you completely by a torment, and surely he who invests a lie against Allah will fail miserably. So they were lying, saying, you're not Musa, you're not Musa, you're not the Pharaoh, no, you're not, no, you're not. Allah, yes, Allah put me here. I am the man that was adopted in the Pharaoh's house. I am who I say I am. And if you don't listen to me, then I'm going to start fucking punishing your mother, your ass, yourselves. Right? If you invent lies, you'll fail miserably. So now you understand the true meaning of this. Anybody who's teaching that this was physically turned into a snake, you don't have the proper interpretation. Don't you dare call yourself an imam, a shepherd, or an ayatollah, or anything that you want to call yourself. A priest, a reverend, a preacher, a rabbi, a teacher. If you're teaching lies, shut your kafir mouth. I just put you in your fucking place. And everybody out there who watch my videos, you know I just did. I am the Hajjutullah. I am the proof. I'm showing you it to you. Living proof. And I have the evidence in my living hand. And I have the book, the scroll that was written in Egyptian, in my living hand. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to come get me? You going to come get my staff and my book? Is that what they write in their hadith? That you people are going to try to hunt me down and try to take what is mine? I dare you. You'll fail miserably. You see what Allah says? If you do try to get me, you do try to fuck around with me, this is what it says. Qala lahum Musa wa lakum la taftaru ala ilahi qad kiban fa yashitakum bi adahibin wa qad khaba mani ftar. You fell miserably. You fuck around with Imam Mahdi, you're fucking around with your own life.
على الله كذبا فيسحتكم بعذاب وقد خاب من افترى فتنازعوا أمرهم بينهم وأسروا النجوى قالوا إن هذان لساحران يريدان أن يخرجاكم من أرضكم بسحرهما ويذهبا بطريقتكم المثلى فأجمعوا كيدكم ثم أتوا صفا وقد أفلح اليوم من استعلى قالوا يا موسى
So basically he's here, he's declared, I am Pharaoh, I was Musa, I am come back. I want my people set free and so we can go worship God in our own place. I demand it. I am Pharaoh. You're a magician. Either you throw first, so he said, I have proof. Moses says, I have proof. Hajjutullah, I have proof I am Pharaoh. Where's your proof? There, you motherfucker. That's the crook of my father. Holy shit. Then what did they do?
أن نكون أول من ألقى قال بل ألقوا فإذا حبالهم وعصيهم يخيل إليه من سحرهم أنها تسعى فأوجس في نفسه خيفة.
So now as you see, there is a great trick. I'll show you. In the Middle East, in the Arab nations, there is a thing called the rope trick, where you can take a rope, right, and you throw it up in the air, and it stays. And you climb up the rope. Right? You understand? So there is a mechanism that does that. And in it, it is like what they're describing here. And when Moses saw this deceitful little trick, like I can do tricks, I can do magic. I've done magic in my videos. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I did it here. My other one, I've done lots of magic tricks. All right? Take a piece of chalk right here. I put it in my hand. Oh, all right, okay. Now, it's these things Moses had no idea. He'd gone for 40 years, so the technology of what they were doing has risen up. Remember, he's just a simple shepherd out there feeding his flock away from all this crazy city life. But in the city, they've been doing a lot of crazy things.
قلنا لا تخف إنك أنت الأعلى وألق ما في يمينك تلقف ما صنعوا إنما صنعوا كيد ساحر ولا يفلح الساحر حيث أتى فألقي السحرة سجدا قالوا
So in some of these tricks that they're doing, that they're saying, is not what you people are thinking in your mind. They're not turning literally into things, snakes and all that type of stuff. Nor is Allah practicing witchcraft, doing it himself. It's a deeper meaning, a greater meaning, and it's called the Heka. You know, when people, they say, I'm going to put a hex on you. Where did they get it from? It's the word hex derived from the word Heka, which is a magic spell or a magic trick, which is the things that they practiced. The priest in Egypt practiced Heka, which is a magic. All right? So you got to understand when you're reading stuff, you better go into the history before you start teaching lies.
آمنا برب هارون وموسى قال آمنتم له قبل أن آذن لكم إنه لكبيركم الذي علمكم السحر فلأقطعن أيديكم وأرجلكم من خلاف ولأصلبنكم في جذوع النخل ولتعلمن.
So now, as you see, you clearly understand. So they have finally realized that Moses is who he is. He is the real Pharaoh. So they're going to give their bayat to him and not to this Pharaoh. So this Pharaoh gets mad and he says what he says. And you clearly see it. And now you understand the true interpretation. Okay? Don't go around saying that Allah practices witchcraft. There is truth to this story. Truth. And it's not a hard matter to understand either. So who gave you the story, Muslim, that Moses turned sticks into snakes? After they killed my grandfather, the Jews and the Gnostics and Abu Bakr got together to create your same storyline that the Torah has, the same storyline that is found in the Bible, the same storyline that's found in the Quran. You all got it from those same guys, those liars and deceivers, those enemies of the Most High God who tried to kill him. But he's like, the flesh is meaningless. The spirit gives life, and I will raise it up on the third day. Shh, Moses, my name is Yeshua, and I am the Most High God. He lives inside me. He dwells within me. I am a vessel of the Most High God. Believe in me and falter not in this belief. Right? You understand? So this is what he's doing. And this is how it all is.
السحر والله.
I think that is enough, right? Do you guys think that is enough of the story of Moses for right now? You know, if you want to ask me more questions, please feel free. Even if you're a teacher, you're an imam. I'm not a mean guy, all right? I put on this show, okay? Glamour hands, all right? Because it's a great attention grabber. In real life, I am humble. I am not worthy to have this position. If you're a real imam or you're a real ayatollah, you're probably a better man than I am. In working stuff. I am a poor bastard that's deformed and everything. Understand? I can't speak very well. I can't breathe very well. My shoulder's fucked up. I was born like half a eunuch. I got my hip right here is messed up. My right hip is messed up. My right knee's messed up. I'm a deformed man. I just have a lot of wisdom. Don't let this book fool you. Don't let the cover fool you. All right? But you probably better. You probably don't cuss. You probably don't smoke cigarettes or none of that. I do. I've been saying I want to quit, but man, it's just who I am. I'm sorry, it's who I am. It's like who Moses is who Moses was. You know? So that's why I say my companions, if 313, man, if you can do better than me and not cuss, I would rather people get my message in a better manner than what I'm giving it. I give it out as a wild man. If I was more calm, you know, I want my message to be a calm and inviting message to people, and not me as being the crazy man yelling and screaming. But that's my character. And I know it's going to offset people, and people are going to look like, oh man, this man's crazy. Look, that's crazy. You know, I understand. I would be the same way. That's why I'm looking for 313 who can be in their appearance like Yeshua was. A good guy, right? Sinless. I am full of bad thing, you know, foul. So I give my wisdom to you, and now you have it. Yeah, you can teach it. Right? You can give it out now. I don't want to be followed. I don't want to I get nervous. Remember, I have to go to public. Imagine I have to give a khutbah, and I have to go in front of thousands and thousands of people. I have to go poop first. I'll be back. I have to go poop. You understand? That's who I am. I am nobody. I'm pointless, meaningless. It's the words that I speak that have the great power, that have the knowledge, the wisdom. That is God. The word. Me, I'm nothing. Right? So I just want to share this. Go and study Wajid for yourself. Go study these things for yourself. You'll find the truth for yourself. Now that I have given it to you, so you can clarify it for yourselves. But like I said, I don't want people to follow me or to, you know, like calling out to me to teach you. You know, if you have questions about something, I can clarify it, but I don't. I'm not a guy. I'm not going to go like, I bless you, and put my hand on you and play this glamour hand game, put on a fancy robe and let people wave to me. I'm not like that, man. I don't care about that shit. I really don't. I've always been a poor man from my birth. I've been poor and beaten and trodden down. I am used to it. I don't want any of that other stuff. It makes me very nervous when people say things to me like, oh, you're a wonderful, you were this, tell us about this. I want to know, bless me, will you pray for me? Will you do? Who am I to pray for you? I'm a sinner. I'm a nobody. If you want forgiveness, go ask God. Don't ask me. I can't do anything for you. He did it with his own arm, not my arm.
My arm's messed up. My shoulder messed up. I can't do anything for you. So go follow Yeshua. That's why I'm Isa. That's why I am here. That's why I came, is to gather you all up out of... I came from your dead man grave. Come hear the truth and come follow the real Mahdi. I am only playing a role for right now. The real Messiah, the real Ahmasiah, and the real Ahmadi is Yeshua, Ibn Maryam. Always has, always will be. From the beginning, he was the light that guides you through the darkness. I am only the moon. I'm just a reflection of beaten up shit and deformedness, like the moon beaten down with meteors. That's me. I am nothing, right? So that's why I'm bringing you to Isa. And if you don't believe me, you just wait till he comes back. You wait till he comes back. And he shows himself and he says, yeah, you should have listened to me. You should have listened to me is what he will say to you. He clarified it all for you. He told you the truth. I gave him the truth to tell you, and you rejected him? Oh, Isa's going to be mad at you. You're kaffars. You're going to be in big trouble with him, man. You think I'm tough? Isa would beat me up. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. So, we're in this video. Thank you for watching it. Share it with other people if you want. Now that you have the same wisdom as I have got, you are now as I am in this manner. So you can now tell your friends, tell other people around you. And if they ask you where you got it from, you can say me, because I will take the blame. You know, because I am the one who told you. So just say, that guy said it, fine. If something happens, you get scared because somebody coming, you know, no, I didn't say he said it. That guy did. He did. Yeah, I did. Would you got a problem with it? What you gonna do? Really? So, that is it. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum.